right, game underway. 15 minutes on the clock. First period. Declan wins the open. Will in the slot. 5-hole goal. Will from Brecken and Garrett. Beautiful little passing play there, and the Rails are on the board first. Just 23 seconds into the game. Brecken wins the draw again. Ruxin coming down the line. That shot doesn't make it in on net. Sorry, that was Declan's face-off win, I believe. Cleared by East Grand Forks. Say it was tipped, no icing. Garrett picks it up in the corner. Clearing attempt, held in at the point. Little bump there. Declan gets it out of the zone. Ruxin picks it up. He starts out. 3-on-1 as they cross the line. Ruxin just lost the edge or the handle on it as he goes into the corner. Will steals that one before it gets to the line. He'll take it down the half wall. Over to Ruxin. Back to the point. Doesn't make it. Will has it again. East Grand Forks starts out of the zone. Poke check from Garrett. Takes it away. East Grand Forks dumps it down. Declan goes back to collect. Declan sidesteps. Declan down in. He's upended. Runs into the post. No call there. Matt picks up the puck on the half wall. It's off the referee. Over to Brecken. Matt now has it. He'll move back to the blue line. D to D to Gray. Gray fires one in. That's a kick save. East Grand Forks collects in the corner and starts out. Look wide pass does connect. Good pressure from Max and Brecken there, but the shot comes in, gloved and held onto by Jace. Brecken wins the draw over to Max, tries to clear, doesn't get out. Kick save. Jace covers. We'll reset. Same face-off circle and try it again. Draw one by Brecken this time. Able to dump it out of the zone. East Grand Forks tries to send it in. Brecken holds it out. Max takes it. Across the blue line. Down to the slot. Near side circle. Curls. Sends it out front. Nobody there. Matt will pick this up on the half wall. Settles the puck down, tries to send it down to the corner, nobody home. Matt takes it away at the blue line, sidesteps the player and starts back out. Into the zone, down to the slot, sidesteps. Puck loose in the circle. Gray steps into one, weak shot in on net, puck's loose. Rebound from Brecken. And East Grand Forks starts back out. Good back check from Griff, disrupts temporarily. East Grand Forks puts one in off the goaltender. We've got a stoppage, and it appears the puck came off the mooring. So with that, we'll get a quick line change. Defensive zone draw. We've got 11:22 left in the first. Declan set to take this draw. One over to Garrett. Garrett out of the zone, hands off to Tony. Tony down the wall, spins, centers to Bria. Bria puts a shot in off the goalie, and that'll be smothered. Good little play there. Draw one back. Wasn't corralled though. The Rails dump it back in. Declan down into the corner. Tries to center off a skate. Puck spurts to the half wall. Miles chooses to retreat. He'll play defense. Taking away center ice. Garrett back up to Declan. Can't quite corral. Garrett pokes it ahead. He'll take it into the zone. Shot from the top of the circle. Gloved and held onto. A rocket from Garrett hits the goaltender right in the chest. Draw one by Brecken. Tony's pass to the point got intercepted. Matt collects in behind their own net. Pushes this ahead. Gets up past the point. Will in a foot race. Overskated it as he get across the blue line. Lost possession. East Grand Forks dumps it back in where Gray tries to play it off the wall. That gets knocked down, but he does get it ahead to Ruxin. Ruxin centers to Will. Into the zone. Centering pass off a boot. Brecken picks it up. He'll dump it into the corner. Rux behind the net with it now. Ruxin surveys. Over to Brecken. Back down past Ruxin. Will battle for it behind. On the half wall for Brecken. Brecken back to Matt at the point. First shot on net. Puck's loose. Unable to connect on that. Clearing attempts held in by Gray. He'll push this towards the net. Deflected by Ruxin in on net. Rebound. And East Grand Forks clears. Matt picks this up just inside his own blue line. He'll go D to D to Gray. Gray can't quite handle the pass. Battles, chops it up out of the zone. Ruxin sidesteps one, and he'll start in. Ruxin into the zone, down the slot, to the circle. Down behind, dumps it in the corner. Will has it there. He takes a look. He'll go backhand to Garrett at the point. Garrett to the top of the circle. Low shot, rebound. And, they're saying goaltender interference. He got cross-checked from behind. No goal. East Grand Forks wins that draw. Puck ends up in the zone. They'll clear. Miles circles. Sidesteps one, still has possession. Dangles another. Forces the puck into the zone. They're onside. Puck still at the blue line though. East Grand Forks takes it away, starts back out. Max the last one back. Garrett knocks the man down as he gets towards the crease. Pass to the slot, partially blocked by Garrett on that shot. Max on the half wall is battling. Over to Garrett. Just cannot corral the puck at the moment. Puck is bouncing around. Garrett now on the wall. Sidesteps and he gets out of the zone. He starts ahead. Into the zone, down the right side. Garrett, far corner. Loses possession, pokes it to Declan. Declan sidesteps one, pass over. That shot hit the post and ends up wide of the net. Griffin with the yawning goal mouth hits the post. Goaltender able to cover. We'll get a draw here. 7:42 left in the first. Rails still lead by one. Brecken on the draw over to Bria. To the point. Shot by Gray is blocked. Tony takes this away temporarily, but it's cleared. Chase plays it over to Matt. Matt rink wide to Gray. Gray able to chip it over to Tony. It's taken away into the corner, but Tony's going to center. Brecken now has it. Brecken into the slot. Bria takes a shot off a shin pad. Tony picks up the puck in the corner. It's going to be a delayed penalty for a body check. Tony goes down against the wall. Number 14 for East Grand Forks to a minor penalty for body check. 6:59 left in the first. It'll be a minute and a half minor penalty. The Rails go on the power play. Got Brecken between Will and Garrett. Miles and Gray at the points. One back by Brecken. Back down to Will. Back to the point. Gray takes a shot. Tipped wide by Garrett. Clearing attempt held in by Miles at the point. Miles sidesteps. He's down to the circle. Shot from Brecken is underneath. Brecken wins the draw. Will passes it back to the point. Miles chips it. Doesn't quite get to Brecken, but he does hold the zone on the clearing attempt. So we'll go D to D. Gray has it just inside the line. Shot. That was going wide. Goaltender hangs on to it. Declan between Brecken wins the draw. Matt at the point, from the dot, fires, that's right into the chest. Bria now on for Will. I don't think he changed last time, so we got Ruxin now taking the draw on this side. That's one by East Grand Forks. Stepped up from the point was Max. Puck in behind. Bria battling for it. Declan will skate into it. Declan behind the net. Up to Max at the point. He sends it right back down to Declan in the corner. Declan surveying. He's got room. Out front, nobody home. That's cleared to the wall. Declan will push this to the corner for Ruxin. Ruxin rims it around. Matt has to hustle over. He's got it on the half wall now. Walks it into the circle. Hard wrist shot misses the net. Max chops this towards the end wall. Clearing attempt, blocked by Max. Bria has it in the high slot. She pushes this one just wide. Ruxin now with it at the end wall. Ruxin with a little toe drag. He'll backhand this to Max at the point. Max dumps it back down the wall. Rux just past Declan behind. Declan's taking a look. Holds it on the wall there. Circles, turns back. Tries to center. It's intercepted. And East Grand Forks will clear. Power play is expired. This will go for icing. Icing waved off. Icing indicated, yes. I heard a no. I thought they had waved it off. 5 minutes even left in the first period. Rails still lead by one, and unable to convert on that power play. But they'll get an offensive zone draw after the icing call here. Brecken on the dot. He's got Griffin and Tony on his wings. Miles and Garrett at the point. Brecken wins this back. Shot from Miles. Blocker the side. Garrett with a shot. Gloved and held onto. We'll switch sides. Take another face-off. Puck bouncing around. Rails have possession. Puck held it in at the point by Brecken. He's got three green wave on him. Brecken gonna go for a trip. He reached in. caught a guy at center ice. Minute and a half of tripping. Declan wins this one back to Miles. Miles down into the zone. He's got pressure, but he still has possession. Steps into the circle. Shot from the dot. Gloved and dropped. Declan now has it. Skates through a few. Backhander out front, just pushed wide. He plays his man into the wall. Will just dump this back in. Clearing attempts, tipped out of the zone. Garrett the first one on it, neutral ice. He circles to his own end. Dumps it in. Puck comes right back to him, but Will play it. Will takes a look. Through two skaters at center ice, into the zone. Right down into the slot, right circle. Poke checked off his stick into the corner. East Grand Forks pushes it to the far wall. Will chip it ahead. Will takes that away. Declan skates into it, but he blows a tire. 19 seconds left in that minor penalty. Garrett picks it up at his own blue line. Reaches center ice, tries to dump it. Still battling for it there. The Green Wave start out. Centering pass gets them through neutral ice. Miles takes this away before they can get into the zone, though. He tries to sidestep a man, hits a body. Rock flies this over to Garrett. Brecken's back out of the box. Rails back at full strength. Clearing attempt right up through the middle, and the Green Wave start out. Garrett takes his man towards the wall. Ruxin picks up the loose puck, circles the net, chips it ahead, gets it by him. Brecken in a foot race, seeing he can get there in time. Puck's loose. Two Rails. And now the Green Wave come back 2-on-1. Poke check on a back checking Gray, gets the puck ahead. Ruxin plays it to Max. Max does put a shot on net. Cleared out by the Green Wave. They're going to dump it down. This will go for icing. .205 left in the first period. We got an offensive zone draw to the right of the East Grand Forks goaltender. Got Declan, Tony, and Bria on the ice for the forwards. Ray and Matt at the points. Declan wins this over to Bria. Shot on net and scores. Matt from the point off the faceoff. Puts one past the EGF goaltender. That'll go Matt from Bria and Declan off the draw. Declan wins this one over to Bria. They're able to push it into the zone. Declan has it down the corner. Stops. Looks. Fans on a pass attempt. Still has the puck. Behind the net. Surveying. Sends it back to the point to Gray. Gray fires this one. That goes off a couple of bodies. Tony knocks his man down. He's going to go for roughing, I bet. Official indication, 2-minute minor penalty for roughing. So a minute and a half. You got it. Minute 33 on the board. Minute 33 on the board. Minute 30 for the penalty. Max set to take the draw here. D for the Green Wave. Shot on net. Saved by Jace. He hangs on. Face-off moves to the other dot. Burn 4 seconds, 7 seconds off the clock. Draw won by Max. Garrett tries to clear. That's held in. That shot goes 3 feet wide. Miles steps into it on the half wall. Tries to dodge around one. It's sent back into the corner. Max scoops it in behind the net. Starts ahead. Poke check off his stick. Griff has it now. Gets it back up to Max, and they're out of the zone. Max 1-on-3 as he crosses the red line, the blue line. Battles down into the corner. It's taken away. Griffin tries to center, and the Green Waves start out. Down the right-hand side. Puck still bouncing around. Miles picks it up, circles into the corner. Up the wall, sidesteps the D-man, and he's out. Miles, one man to beat as he comes into the zone, stops. Fires a weak shot, partially blocked. Goaltender tries to corral, but can't. 30 seconds left in the period. Poke check from Garrett takes it away. Griff starts back in towards the zone. He's stripped of the puck. Miles steps up, can't connect. East Grand Forks down to the circle. Bottom of the circle, shot and scores. 17.2 left in the period. 14 left in the minor penalty. That'll be a power. That'll be a power play goal for East Grand Forks. And they cut the lead in half. Brecken on the opening draw here after that. Moves it over to Will. Unable to dump it in. 10 seconds left. Will racing for it with two East Grand Forks players. The Green Wave into the zone. Shot from the top of the circle. That's wide of the net. And that'll end the period. .15 minutes on the clock. Second period about to start. We've got some confusion as to which line is starting. Looks like we're going to get Declan, Tony, and Bria with Dre and Matt. Declan wins the draw. Matt will pick that up. He overstated. Sent ahead. Bria chips it past one. Able to pull it into the zone. Cleared back out. Matt will have to chase. D to D. Gets it to Gray. Gray chips this ahead. Still battling with it. They're able to push it into the zone. Gray still with possession. Down into the corner. Declan battling for it behind the net. Got two Green Wave players on him. Sends this up the wall. Gray still has. He overstates, and the Green Waves start out. Matt poke checks as they enter the zone. They still have the Green Waves still have possession. Matt rubs his player off the puck. Starts out, stops behind the net, and reverses course. Sidesteps the player there, comes back out. He's got a couple open players, but he's going to take it himself. Down into the zone, around the corner. Back pass, backhand shot, and that's blocked. Matt from behind the net. Tries to send it out front, nobody home. Matt with a stick lift takes it away. Stops in the corner there. fans on a shot, sidesteps, fires again. That knocks the stick out of someone's hand. Declan with it now in behind. East Grand Forks takes it away, and they're out of the zone. Poke check at the blue line. Declan starts back with it. He gets hacked down, no call there. Garrett will pick it up and start into the zone. Garrett lost the stick. Line change, we got a floater back there. Puck deflected at the blue line. No icing called. Miles races back, picks up the puck. And he's out of the zone. A couple little nifty moves. Poke checked off his stick. Tony fans on a dump-in attempt. And the green wave is into the zone. Through Garrett, down to the circle. Centering pass. In the skates. Miles fans on a clearing attempt, does get it out. Bria now has it. They're 3-on-1 as they cross the line. Toe drag. Shot and scored from Brecken. That's Brecken from Bria and Miles. 12:43 left in the second period. The Rails have extended the lead back to 2 on a nifty little play. Brecken on the draw, wins it. Garrett has it there. He'll step into the zone. Fires from the blue line. That's blocked into the corner. Brecken on a forecheck there. Tries to knock away. Battles for it on the half wall. Ruxin now has it. Walks the blue line. He'll fire from the high slot. That's blocked. Brecken picks it up in behind. Glancing around. He's got it behind the net. Tries a wraparound. That's stuffed. I don't think that ever made it out front. East Grand Forks with the clearing attempt, cross rink. Does make it out. Rux couldn't quite get there in time. Garrett pushes to Will, who dumps it into the zone. He's got it on the half wall. He walks out with it. Backhander, that misses the net. Rux circles behind with it. Off the wall, back to the point. Miles has it now. He fires wide of the net. Rux's tip attempt doesn't quite connect. And Declan picks it up on the half wall. Rink wide to Miles, steps into the circle, fires from the dot and just wide. Garrett with another shot that misses the net wide. Miles able to pick it up at the half wall. Pinches down into the corner with it. Centers off a boot. Green wave picks it up and they start back out. East Grand Forks into the zone. They got nobody beat. Shot off the post. Beat Jace 5-hole and it hit the post. Declan able to clear, tries to center, still has the puck. They have to regroup, they're offsides. Garrett forces this one into the zone. Gray off the bench, picks it up, sends it in. Max tries to skate into this one on the half wall. Clearing attempt held by Declan. He'll fire this one into the far corner. East Grand Forks up the far wall. Centering pass, gets them out of the zone, but Matt recovers the loose puck. He steps up, takes it into the zone, loses an edge. He recovers the puck. Still battling for it there in the corner. Max takes it from him. Matt out front, backhands one on net, that's a save. Puck back to the point, gets out. Declan couldn't hold the zone, but he's got possession. Poke checked away from him. The Grand Forks starts back. Collision at the blue line as Matt dumps the puck out. Green wave starts back out. They're in on sides. Down into the slot. Taken away by Gray. A nice little poke check. He forces it up the wall. Declan has it at the half wall. And now Max. He tries to go rink wide. That's intercepted. East Grand Forks tripped across. No call there. Passed ahead. Declan takes it away, but overskated. From inside the line. Stick save for Jace on the long shot. Puck's on the far half wall. Green wave shoots. That's gloved and held on to. Jace will melt that down. And with that whistle, we got 9:27 left in the second period. The lead still remains at 2. 3-1 for the Rails. And they get a defensive zone draw to the right side of Jace Erickson. Miles off the face-off there, behind the net. Chips it to Bria, who tips it into the East Grand Forks zone. Clearing attempt does make it out. Brecken has to wait for Bria to tag up. She does. The East Grand Forks takes it away and starts back in. Tony with the takeaway there, trying to dance around a couple of players. The stick lift there, he gets it through and he's into the zone. They're on the right-hand circle, tries to center. Bria wasn't quite there yet. Shot in on net from Bria. Puck's loose. Fires a shot off the post. Bria centers it again. Oh, and Brecken hits the post again. Shot from a sharp angle. That was Tony. Grand Forks player finally covers it up. Brecken wins this face off, keeps it himself, fires it in on net. Goaltender takes that one off the chest and covers. Brecken on the draw once more. Garrett with it off possession, takes a shot that hits the leg. Miles takes a look. Skates a stick. He'll jump into the zone. Sidesteps a player. Slowed down a touch. Still battling for it on the half wall. Miles walks away with it. Toe drag doesn't work. Brecken's 1-on-3 on the half wall. East Grand Forks finally comes away with it. And they've cleared the zone. Puck down into the circle. Shot, kick save from Jace. Miles clears the zone. Bria is able to tip it past. Rink wide dump in, picked up by Garrett. He'll start back in. Garrett into the zone down the right side. Into the slot. Loses it, but Bria shoves it towards the net. That's taken away. Bria and Miles combine to hold the point. Miles sidesteps a couple of glares. Down to the top of the circle, fires wide. Ruxin on the far wall. Fans on a passing attempt. Garrett steps up and missed on the pinch. Will's going to be the first one back. He'll pick this one up in his own circle. Circles. Dumps it off the wall. Brecken neutralized. Sends it ahead to Ruxin just too far. In the green wave, dump it back out. Ruxin off a stick. Brecken puts it into the zone, but it comes back out again. As they come in, they're offsides. Will hadn't exited the zone yet. We've got a neutral zone draw here with 6:44 left in the second period. Draw one by East Grand Forks. Will with it down in the corner. Surveys. Back to the point. Matt has it. He fires a shot low and on the ice. That's blocked. Back on the first one to it. Circles. Still in the corner with it. Centers. That's off a stick all the way through the crease. Ruxin with it now in the corner. He loses it. Will battling for it. East Grand Forks up the wall. Back pressure from Will. Puck does end up out of the zone, but Declan takes it away at neutral ice. He trips and falls as he dumps the puck back in. He was across the red line. Icing waved off. East Grand Forks dumps it. Hits Matt on the blue line, but does get out. Matt curls at his own blue line, starts back up. He's got a head of steam. Right down the slot. Shot. Blocker save. Puck into the corner. Matt holds it in at the point. Fires another shot, low, kick save, rebound, shot off the post. Declan with a blind pass out front. Gray at the circle, shoots and scores. Gray with the goal on the pass from Declan. Rails now lead by 3. 5:16 left in the second period. They've extended. They've extended the lead to 4-1. Brecklin wins this draw. Puck loose, just outside the blue line for the Green Wave. Griff chips it ahead. Jumps back out by the Green Wave. That's going to go past everyone. Icing the call. We'll get an offensive zone draw with 5 even left in the second. Brecken wins this draw, but it's taken off his stick. Green Wave are through neutral ice. Take it to the far circle. Brecken tries to clear it, hits a body. Max battling for it now. Centered. East Grand Forks takes a shot, kick save, and smothered by Jace. Won by Declan. Matt has possession. Chips it ahead. Bria gets it. Over to Tony on the far side. He centers it just through the crease. No shot recorded. Matt couldn't put a stick on it as it got through the crease. He'll dump it back into the corner. Tony with it now. Centers it out front. Skips off of Bria's stick. Gray tries a slap shot that trickles into the circle. East Grand Forks trying to clear. Gray knocks down, slows down the clearing attempt. Declan sends it ahead. Gray chips it to the wall. He's knocked down. Tony puts it into the zone. Clearing attempt to the near side wall. Matt skates into this. He'll go down the wall with it towards the corner. Out front, bounces off the goaltender. Chopped out by the Green Wave. That's going to go all the way. Icing is the call. And with 3:41 left in the second period, we get another offensive zone draw to the right side of the Green Wave goaltender. Declan wins this one, but it strips off his stick. Miles sends it ahead. Bria able to get it down into the corner. This rims around. Tony chasing after it. He centers. Bria in the circle. Shoots. Tipped and scored. Bria on the pass from Tony in the corner. And at 3:23 left in the second period, Rails now up 5-1. Grand Forks wins this draw. They push it into the zone. They're on behind. Garrett, the first one on it. Sends it up the wall to Ruxin. Ruxin dumps it ahead. Icing the indication is too far to Brecken. And with 3:04 left in the second, we'll get a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Brecken wins this draw right to Ruxin. Ruxin into the zone on sides, down into the slot, hit the skate. Clearing attempt held by Miles. Miles sends this one down and behind. Ruxin the first one there, tries to reverse, taken away. Will, this is a good little stick check, takes the puck away, pokes it ahead, just too far for Ruxin. Puck's loose in the crease, cleared aside. Credit Will with the shot for that on that one that bounced off the goalie. Green Wave into the zone now. Will has it on the half wall. Up to Ruxin, just couldn't quite handle it. Puck's behind him. Garrett starts out. Garrett crosses the blue line, turns the corner, around behind. Still looking, gets it to Miles at the point. Miles steps up, fans on a shot though, and the Green Waves start back the other way. Garrett knocks this one down outside the blue line. Gets it to Brecken. He's stripped of the puck though, and the Green Wave into the zone. Down the wall, Garrett takes his man out, takes the puck away. Starts back the other way. Garrett with a head of steam through neutral ice. Fires from just inside the blue line, right into the breadbasket. We'll get a stoppage with 1:41 left in the second. Looks to be a wholesale line change for the Rails. And an offensive zone draw. Declan on the draw here. Wins it over to Griffin. Declan with it. Battling in the corner. Puck's loose. Floating on the goal line. Griffin pushes it to the corner. Green Wave starts back out. Tips it. But Gray holds the zone temporarily. And the Green Wave do get it out. Dumps back in again. Green Wave will clear. This goes the length of the ice. Icing the indication. 1:17 left in the second. We'll get another offensive zone draw for the Rails. Declan wins this one over to Max, who goes far side to Gray. Pass right into the slot. Declan couldn't corral. He's disappointed. Green Wave have the puck. They do clear. As they come through neutral ice. Back pressure from Declan, knocks the puck loose. Griffin now has it. Declan now into the zone on sides, down into the slot. Delayed penalty. We're going to get, I believe, a slash against the East Grand Forks. That is the indication. Declan's going to have nightmares about that. 50.9 left in the second period. Wales go to the power play. Brecken will take the draw. He's got Will and Garrett on the wings. One by East Grand Forks. They don't quite get it out the first try, but then they do on the second. They dump it down once they get across the red line. Miles takes a look. Stops, chips it ahead, that's to Brecken. Brecken starts out, he goes rink wide to Will. Will's got a lot of space. Into the zone down the left near side wall. Pivots, takes a look. Back to Brecken at the top of the circle. His shot up. That was possibly going high. And with that shot was Brecken. 20.6 left on the clock. Got time for one or two more shots if they can connect. Ruxin on the draw for the Rails. Puck's cleared, 8 seconds left. D to D, Matt has it, sends it ahead to Griffin, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that'll end the second period. Set to start the third period. We got 40 seconds left on the minor penalty. East Grand Forks. Brecken on the draw. He wins this one over. Garrett steps up. Unable to corral, but Gray now has it. He starts ahead. Gray down to the half wall. Poke checked off his stick. Brecken covering up at the point. Keeps it in. Will now has it at the point. He takes a look. Goes across to Miles on the far side. Top of the circle shot. That hits a body out front. Cleared to the wall. Miles steps into another one. Oh, he's going to pass it back to Brecken at the point. Brecken fires. That's gloved and held onto. Good passing play for the Rails. 8 seconds left in the penalty. We got a quick line change. Well, looks like we're just taking the power play unit off the ice and going back to regular lines. Declan wins this one over. Matt goes D to D. Shot blocked to the side from Gray. Declan on the half wall, overskated. Clearing attempt against Pat Matt. He's going to have to chase this one down. It won't have enough for icing. Matt settles it down. He'll go in behind. Chips it ahead. Tony has it to Declan in stride. Declan's into the zone. Down to the slot. Curls. Shoots. Kick save. Bria has it in the circle. She sends it back to the point. That's tipped past Matt, though. Gray will be the first one on it here, just inside the Rails end. He goes up ice with it. Takes a look. He's got space. Right down into the far circle. Regains possession back to Matt at the point. Matt will fire a long one from the blue line. That's smothered. We'll get a line change and an offensive zone draw for the Rails. We are 1 minute and 27 seconds into the third. Brecken on this draw. East Grand Forks wins that one. They try to clear. Battling for it was Brecken, but the green wave gets out. Poke check at the blue line, keeps it out of the zone. Great stick from Miles there. East Grand Forks does recover and get it back in. Shot whistles high and wide from just the top of the circle. Griffin makes contact with somebody there. It was whistled. We're going to get called for a... Griff's going to get called minor penalty for a hooking. I think Griff was playing the puck on that one, but and then they crashed into each other, but that was the call. Ruxin wins the draw. Green Wave takes it away, though. Shot from the top of the circle, gloved and held onto by Jace. Rux wins this one back to Miles. He gives it ahead to Will. Will on the half wall with it. Does ship it out of the zone, but Grand Forks takes it away. Miles now with it. He goes rink wide. Rux will step into this one, cross the blue line. Sidesteps one, can't sidestep the second though. And the Green Wave able to chip it back out. Garrett off the wall into the zone. East Grand Forks takes it away. Garrett's dumps as they exit the zone. No call there. Miles will circle. Rink wide to Will. Will wasn't expecting the pass, I don't believe. Takes it in behind, pokes this to the corner. East Grand Forks sends it in behind the net again. Garrett now with the puck. He chips it up off the glass. Rock's able to get it in. He dumps it rink wide. Nobody there on the fourth check. So East Grand Forks will start back out. Miles sends this one ahead. Ruck tries to lean on a man. Didn't get the puck though. Has it now. Circles. Will now has it. He just dumps it into the zone. Circles back. 4 seconds left on the minor penalty to Griff. Green Wave starts ahead. Both teams back at full strength. Into the zone on sides. Taken away by Miles. chops it up the wall and gets that out of the zone. Miles stops. Leaves the center ice. That hits Rux as it enters the zone. Declan steps into this one. Miles still gets the puck. Long shot, rebound, couldn't be corralled. Another shot goes off the body. We're going to get a delayed penalty on Ruxin, I believe. Minor penalty for interference being called to Ruxin. He got tangled up alongside the net behind the play. And minute and a half on the board. We got 10:56 left in the third. Rails still up by 4. Declan wins this one over to Matt. Matt gets it out of the zone, chips it past the defender. He's into the zone, nobody ahead of him. Down in front, backhand shot, scores! Matt from Declan off the faceoff, and they've extended with a shorthanded goal, extend the lead to 5. Brecken wins this one back to Garrett. Garrett down into the zone. To the bottom of the circle. Hits the goalie in the mask. Rebound attempt from Tony. Can't put it home. Garrett and Tony both with fantastic opportunities. We're going to check on the goaltenders. He took that one off the cheater, off the bottom of the mask. Right here. Offensive zone drop for the Rails. Brecken wins this one right back. Miles B to D. Garrett fires from high out. That's held on to. Rails still on the penalty kill here. Brecken wins this one over to Garrett, who pinches. Loses the puck in the corner, but still battling for it. East Grand Forks recovers. Will swing in behind their own net. Played up the wall. Miles is there. He'll dump it right back in. This ends up on net. Counters a shot. That deflected about 12 feet in the air before it landed right in front of the goaltender. 45 seconds left in the minor penalty to Ruxin for interference. Brecken wins this draw, tips it back. Miles with a shot from the point. Tipped wide by Tony, didn't make it in on net. Miles pinches to hold the point, sidesteps. Down into the circle, it's poke checked off his stick. Garrett circles, waits for his team to get on sides and starts back in. That shot's deflected. Miles at the half wall, he'll fire it in on net. Puck's loose, Tony couldn't get there, the goalie covered up. We'll get a line change, just 16 seconds left in that minor penalty. Max set to take this one. East Grand Forks fires it in behind their own net. Griffin back to the point, Gray there, bobbles it, but does hold the zone. Deemed it was inside, onside still. Gray sidesteps, fires from the dot. That hits the goalie. Rebound attempt from Griff. And it's under the goaltender. Power play now over. Both teams at full strength. Declan wins this draw. Puck does squirt out of the zone. Matt will circle neutral ice. Takes a look. Pass ahead to Griffin inside the zone. Playing attempt held by Matt. He's down. Bottom of the circle. Tries to center off a boot. tries again. Puck comes to the point where Declan will take it at neutral ice. Rink wide to Gray. He's into the zone. Down to the circle. His shot goes off a body. We got a East Grand Forks player down on the ice. Looks like he'd be in some distress. I don't know if there was contact on the play. Able to get up on his own power. There was no indication of a penalty. We're going to get an offensive zone draw for the Rails, though. Hope he's okay. I saw some contact with Gray. I didn't see what happened for sure. Brecken set to take the draw. We have 8:48 left in the third. Rails leading 6-1. Brecken set to take the draw. He's got Tony and Brio with him. Wins this one back to Miles at the point. His shot goes wide. Tony puts one off the base of the net. Brecken has it. Tries the wraparound. That comes out front. That never made it on net. The goalie will cover. Brecken to Tony. Brecken won the draw over to Bria. Shot from Brecken, toe save and cleared. East Grand Forks dumps it into the zone. Garrett will be the first one on it. He circles, dumps it ahead, hits the bodies. Rink wide, gets to Bria, poke checked off her stick just before she got into the zone. East Grand Forks coming back for 2-on-4s that cross the line. Tony takes this one, able to clear. He's got Brecken. Brecken on a breakaway. Picks up the puck in the slot. Backhand, forehand, scores. That was Brecken from Tony on the lead pass. Beautiful little play for the breakaway goal with 7:55 left in the third. Should be in running time next time the clock starts. Declan wins the draw. Gray skates into it. Offsides as they cross the line. There was a massive humanity there. Declan over to Will. Back to Matt. Matt back up to Will, and they get into the zone onside. Will tries to go through the slot to Ruxin. East Grand Forks intercepts and dumps it out. This might not make it for icing. It does, just barely. I think that crossed the line by about 4 inches. Icing the indication, we are 7-10 and running left in the third period. Declan set to take the draw. Won by East Grand Forks. Will has it in the corner, hands it off to Declan. Declan circles, stops behind the net, tries to send it out front, nobody there. Puck comes to the point where Gray has it. Gray will fire one from high, gloved and held onto. We'll We'll get a line change and an offensive zone draw for the Rails, left side of the EGF goaltender. Must have just been the D to change. Declan wins this one back. Shot knocks the stick out of the hands of the goaltender. That came from Garrett. Another shot fired wide of the net from Ruxin. Declan now has it at the half wall. Chips this up off the glass. Will has it behind it. East Grand Forks dumps the puck into the zone. Miles starts out from behind his own net, sidesteps a forechecker there. Pass over to Ruxin off his boot. Clearing attempt. Will picks this up on the half wall. Puck ends up in down behind the net. Kicks this over. Miles picks it up. He'll skate into the corner with it. Miles tries to drag it out front. Declan does. Brecken wins this draw over to Max. Max tries to center, that gets kicked aside. Still has it in behind. East Grand Forks unable to get it past Brecken. Max still has. Into the circle. Miles picks this up. Sends it towards the net, but it's taken away. East Grand Forks able to clear. Garrett up to Griffin. He's into the zone. His shot from the slot, stick save and smothered. 4:23 and counting left in the third period. We're going to get another line change. This is a defensive change for the Rails. And a face-off. Brecken on the draw. He's got Max and Griff on his wings. Matt and Gray are now at the point. Brecken wins this one back to Matt. Matt walks the line, steps up, loses the puck, and East Grand Forks steps back the other way. Matt putting good stick pressure on, takes the puck away and steps back in. He's into the zone, comes near side. Down the circle, dumps it back to Gray at the point. Gray able to get it down but loses possession. East Grand Forks into the zone. Matt finally does get back, knocks the puck away, and he'll pick it up in his own corner. Matt sends it ahead to Max. He's out of the zone. Max 2-on-1 with Brecken. Skates to the near side circle, fires one, kick save. East Grand Forks starts back out. Poke check from Matt, loosens the puck, but East Grand Forks still has possession. They're into the zone on sides. Gray takes his man into the wall. He's going to go for something. Minor penalty to Gray. 3:09 left. I didn't see the indication from the referee. I'm guessing it's either going to be checking or boarding or something. He plastered a guy into the wall, so. Draw one by East Grand Forks. Shot from the point gets blocked. Declan has it in the slot. Miles skates back through there. Up the near side wall, backhands it past the defenseman, and it's out of the zone. Icing the indication. That will be the call. 2:50 and counting left. Rails on the penalty kill to get another defensive zone draw to Jace's right. Draw one by East Grand Forks. Shot gets blocked by Declan. Miles with it in the far circle. Steps up. He's out of the zone. Sidesteps two players. Through neutral ice. Down in the near side. Stops. Fires a weak one into the corner. Green wave. Starts ahead. They're able to exit the zone. 3-on-3 as they cross neutral ice. Poke check just across the blue line. Puts them off sides, but Declan steps into it, and he starts back the other way. Declan down to the circle. Bottom of the circle. Shot over the net. Garrett on the far half wall. He fires this one off a stick in behind. Declan picks it up behind the net. Tries to center. Doesn't connect. Green Wave able to collect this puck and send it out. Gray back on the ice. Miles clears the zone. That shot wide of the net from almost the red line. Garrett picks it up behind the net. He stops, reverses, back behind. Tracks the puck, he's into the zone. Shot from the top of the circle, glove drops and smothered. Got 1:06 and counting left in the third period. Quick line change for the Rails, both teams full strength. 2 minutes. Brecken on the offensive zone draw, wins this one over. Back to Matt. Matt with a hard shot, that gets deflected wide. Puck cleared off the far wall. Matt skates into it on the half wall, dumps it into the corner, still has possession. He circles around behind. Backhand centering pass, Rucks with a shot. East Grand Forks picks it up, they'll dump it out of the zone. 23 seconds left. Icing waved off, Gray forced to play it. He circles behind the net. Far corner, 13 seconds. They got time for one more shot. Gray shoots from just outside the circle. Gray, Ruxon picks this one up. Into the circle there. Will sends one towards the net. Brecken shoots. And that will end the third period. Final score 7-1. The Rails have completed a 3-game sweep of pool play. I believe that means we play at 1 p.m. tomorrow for the championship. Stay tuned.